Hi, my name's Bex and welcome to a beautiful Pilates session by the river today. So all you're going to need is a mat and yourself, and just bring yourself down into a comfortable seated position. So have your legs wherever feels comfortable, whether that's knees and legs crossed or legs out nice and long. But just make sure you can sit nice and tall, grab a block if you need to, and just take those shoulders and give them a little roll for me. Feel free to close your eyes at this point if you wish, but just take a nice big deep inhale as you roll. And send those circles round with the shoulders. If you want to take an inhale and reach both arms, feel free to do that as well. Reaching all the way up and then exhale on the way down. Take your time here. Think about keeping that spine nice and long, but there's absolutely no rush. Taking a lovely big inhale, reach, and exhale down. Then when you're ready, you're going to place one hand down on the floor. We're going to take a little side bend. So think about really lifting up through the ribs, soften that supporting elbow and really reach those fingertips over to the opposite side. You can take that inhale as you reach and exhale to extend it all the way. Nice. Take one more nice big reach and then let's switch over to the other side. Nice and easy here. Really think about lengthening through the spine, lifting those ribs out so we can reach a little bit further here. Again, take your time. It doesn't have to be at the speed that I'm going at. Just take it easy here and do what feels good for you, and only go as far as you feel you can. Here, let's take a nice little kind of expansion through the chest. So we're going to draw the arms in, curl up, and then open that chest as you draw the arms back, like you're giving someone a little hug here. Almost feels a bit like a seated cat and cow stretch. So really curling the shoulders in and opening the chest as you send them behind you. Now I'd like you to just extend the legs out in front of you, bend the knees if you need to, sit nice and tall, grab that block, and then we're going to take that lovely exhale and reach out. Inhale to roll back up, reach your fingers up to the top, and then exhale, almost fold forwards, keeping that lovely length through the spine, and then sitting nice and tall before you reach all the way up. Taking it nice and easy, nice and steady. There's absolutely no rush to go through these, and it doesn't matter how far you go. It doesn't matter if you can't touch your toes. I definitely can't, so just go as far as you feel you can. Now place your feet on the floor, bend the knees ever so slightly, and then we're just going to swing the legs around into a 90-90 position. So having one knee bent to one direction and then one in the other, and then we're just going to take a nice big windmill with the arm. So really try and follow the gaze with the fingertips here. Taking your time, nice big reach up and over, and then rotate as you send the arm round. See if you can also stretch out into the hips as well. While you're here, you might as well stretch two places at once. Feel that lovely big rotation here and that lift, and then we're just going to hold it at the top. If you want to just open up that chest, feel free to do that and send that arm back down. Let's switch over to a little bit of a 90-90 switch. So we're just going to swing those knees from side to side here. Again, it doesn't matter how far you go. It doesn't have to be all the way, but when you've had enough, swing the legs around and we'll do the opposite side. So think about keeping that supporting arm nice and soft, and then we're going to send that lovely windmill of the arm up and over. Again, follow the gaze of the fingertips. Send that circle. See if you can incorporate that lovely big twist. Think about lifting those ribs up and out as you swing that arm round. But take your time. Use that breath. Inhale, exhale as you take that circle. Nice. Let's take one more here. And then see if we can maybe hold that lifting up from the ribs. Open up the armpit and push the hips forwards. Taking that breath and send it back down. Swinging the legs again, just on the opposite side here, just side to side with the knees, feet stay nice and flat on the floor. We just roll from the knife edge side of the foot one to another, and then when you're ready, swing yourself onto your side. We're going to stack the knees one on top of the other. We're going to lift the rib cage away, and if you want to just test that alignment, you can also reach that top arm so the shoulders are nice and stacked. Try and keep that lift here, and always pop the hand up if you need to. Now the toes are going to connect, and we're just going to gently lift that top knee away from the bottom. It's a super slow movement here, so don't rush. Keep the movement controlled, and if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can always lift those feet away from the ground. Make sure the work is coming from the hip and the glutes, and keep this movement slow and controlled. If it gets too much with those feet lifted, you can always put them back down again. Keep that breath going as you lift and lower with inhale, exhale, and don't forget to keep that chest nice and lift as well. Those ribs start to dip towards the floor. just lift them up, maybe restack that shoulder back on top. Now we're going to lengthen out that top leg, keep it nice and long, point the toes, and we're going to lift and lower. So again, try and keep the hips nice and square, try not to let them tilt forwards or backwards, keep that length and that lift in the ribs, and take a lift. It doesn't have to be tall, it doesn't have to be high through that top leg, just so you can feel something and you have control of that movement. And then when you're ready, we're going to take a nice forward and backward reach with the leg. So as you come forward, you're going to point the toe, and then you're going to flex into that foot and push that heel all the way back towards the river, bringing that toe towards me, and then extend, flex and send it away. All the whole time we're keeping that lift through the chest, we're keeping that alignment through that top shoulder, and keep breathing. It is a beautiful place to breathe in. From here, we're going to take little circles, so point that toe, keep those ribs lifted, and make small kind of tennis ball sized circles here. When you're ready, you're going to change direction. Keep that circle going. Keep that lift if you can. Take that breath and lower the leg down. Give it a little shake out or a little slap if you need to. I think you've guessed it. We are going to go and switch over to the other side. So swinging your legs round onto the opposite side, resting down, stacking those knees, coming down onto your elbow, lifting up through those ribs and stacking the shoulders, maybe making sure that top shoulder is stacked on the bottom. You can always do that little test just to make sure. Feel free to bring that hand down or keep the arm lifted, connect the toes, and we take our clams. Gentle lift through the top knee and then back down. Again, if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can always lift those feet away. But keep this movement nice and slow. There is absolutely no rush. It's steady, it's controlled. We're keeping that height through the ribs. We're keeping that top shoulder stacked. And this movement is slow and controlled. Take that breath. Take that lift. And then when you're ready, gently lower that down. Bring the feet down, lift that top leg, extend and point the toes, and we take that gentle lift and lower with the top leg. Again, this is not about height. I'd much rather you have a beautiful controlled movement that just goes up an inch or two and back down, rather than trying to get that leg super high. As long as you can feel this in the glutes and the hips, it means that we're definitely doing something right here. When you're ready, we're going to send that leg forward with the toes pointed, and then exhale, send that heel, flex heel back all the way behind you. Try and keep that upper body super still, so you don't want to be kind of curling in through the spine or the chest here. We want to keep everything nice and straight, keep that alignment with that top shoulder, keep those ribs lifted, and keep on breathing. Beautiful. We send that heel back with that big exhale. We're starting to feel it now. Almost there. When you're ready, bring that back to center and let's make those little circles. Keep everything lifted. Stay in the same direction, and then when you're ready, you can change. But keep that toe nice and pointed so we engage that whole leg. We have that last one, place it down, and again, take a stretch, have a little slap or a rub if you need to shake out anything that you felt on there. When you're ready, we're going to slide down onto the mat. So bring yourself down with your feet flat on the floor, knees are slightly bent. And again, just make sure you're comfortable with your back and your rib cage pushed down into the ground. From here, we're going to think about tucking the tailbone and then gently lift up into our bridge position. As we do this, I'd like you to take an inhale and then exhale on the movement part. As we lift up and down through the spine, really think about each vertebra, just lifting one at a time and just almost stacking as you lift. Try and think of a nice long straight line from the knees to the shoulder, almost like a little ski slope. Take that inhale at the bottom of the movement and then exhale to lift. You can also make this more challenging by lifting those heels and coming up onto those tippy toes, but it is totally up to you. If that is not available to you today or feels a bit too challenging, you don't have to do it. Take that lovely inhale and then exhale to lift through that bridge. Think about curling that tailbone, lifting piece by piece until we get that beautiful ski slope all the way at the top. Inhale and exhale to lower. Take your time. Be really aware of your body. What can you feel? Taking that lift, use that breath. And then at the top, we're going to hold it and take a little pulse. So can we squeeze the knees in and out? Keep breathing here, we're almost there. Pop the heels down if you need to. Take that breath and slowly go into our pulses. So hips up and down, up an inch and down an inch. Tiny pulses here through the hips. And when you're ready, we're gonna take that slowly back down, lowering that spine all the way. Draw up those heels if they were lifted and have a little shake out here. Maybe hug the knees into the chest. Take a little roll into a circle if that feels good. Maybe changing direction too. There is absolutely no rush here, so do this as long as you need. And then we're going to hug one knee into the chest, hold it nice and close, let the opposite leg just lie flat against the ground. And then when you're ready, draw that knee across the midline of the body for that lovely big middle back stretch, maybe look in the opposite direction. When you're ready, we'll switch sides, so grab the opposite leg, hug it close towards the chest, and then if it feels good, draw that across the midline of the body, take your gaze to the opposite side if that feels good, and just enjoy that lovely thoracic middle back stretch here. When you're ready, you can send both legs out, step back, and maybe put your feet on the mat's edge just so you can take the knees slightly wider, and we're just going to windscreen wiper those knees from side to side, but there is no rush here. Take your time. When you're ready, you're going to gently roll onto one side, maybe hang here for just a second, then when you're ready, push up onto those hands. However, it feels good to get back up, but swing the legs around, maybe come into crossed legs, sitting on the feet, but just into a nice tall, comfortable position, rolling the shoulders back and down, maybe sitting on that block, taking that lovely big inhale, reach, and exhale down. And you are done. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it.